Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the WZ-113-G FT. It's a Tier 10 Chinese tank destroyer. It's located on the southwest or southeast spawn of Mountain Pass under the command of Jamie2006 of S3AL. Game on. Well, straight away you saw the side-by-side and the concentration skill popped in, but that's because he's next to tank destroyers at the time of start. Obviously, that will drop out once he gets further away from the tank destroyers. It's a 152mm main gun, capable of doing 750 alpha and penetrating 290mm of armor with standard shells, and with the heat rounds, it goes through 395mm. So very, very strong indeed. And of course, it's got heavy armor on the front of the vehicle, 230mm on the front of the hull, so it's difficult to penetrate as well. Now the fast reload is 15.82 seconds. Jamie's got 12.96, so he is very quick. And he's the only one who's actually gone to the bridge road. But look at these tanks here. Yes, the light tanks got absolutely nuked. Now I'm not sure, were they his? No, they were each from one. They were from both sides. So it was the light tanks who were the first to appear on this corner. So we took one round there, 192 hit points for an HE round from the GWE-100. The mouse fired an armor-piercing round for 766. And now we've got a Heshbarn lobbing shells at us as well. Now those are going to be considerably more expensive. He's pulled back into cover momentarily. Oh, and there's that GWE-100 again. It's reminding him that if you stay in the same spot for any length of time, you are likely to get hit. Oh, look at that. It was a biggie. 1,253 hit points of damage because he fired the HE round. Yes, the HE on this vehicle is capable of 1100 alpha, 90mm of pen. So he went for the turret of the FP4005, which is paper thin, and got a penetration. And you can see they're both trying to take him, but they're failing at the moment. You can see that the light tanks that came to this corner was the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen, and on the enemy team, their Tesac. We've also lost our Arty. Our T92 HMC has been wiped out. That's probably a counter battery. Not getting any Arty shells fired at us at the moment, and that's probably, again, down to the fact that he was distracted after seeing the chaser to the enemy Arty or RT92, and he decided to spend his time trying to hunt that guy, and succeeded. At this moment, he's holding this corner quite nicely. The enemy doesn't really want to go down that road, because if they do, they're going to get absolutely hammered. It's a dangerous corner to be on. The EBR might be inclined to go down there and test the water. No, he's changed his mind as well. Well, we're being wasted sitting on this corner for the moment because we're just blocking the mouse and the FP4005, and I suspect the 4005 has gone elsewhere. So Jamie's decided he's going to go elsewhere and see if he can get more damage. EBR goes into the bowl. So this will test the water to tell us if anybody's there. He doesn't want to get spotted just yet, because that might let the FP4005 and the mouse know that they've got an open road. And they've spotted a leopard, and we do know that the Heshbarn is there. Unfortunately, the Heshbarn just killed our EBR, so yes, he's got a kill. No shot on that Object 279E yet. Interesting that the STB-1 stopped just over the other side of the bowl on the ramp. Bat chat. And he gets him. He gets a hit. Anyway, the bat chat goes down to the Object 430U. So it's a kill by him, but we got the hit points. And that was 765, which is a high roll. But we're just watching our Object 430U get wiped out by their M454. And that's opened up that corridor now. STB-1 is coming back. I think he realizes the danger we're in. We're 2 down on the enemy at the moment. Just clear himself down the corner just in case the enemy had come down. Always the possibility that the FP4005 might try to do it, even though he's lost hit points. He would definitely be a brave man if he did try to come down this way, because it's a huge amount of damage you could lose. And no, they haven't come down. They didn't want to. Sixth Sense hasn't gone off, so yep, there's nobody there. Now, I don't know the equipment to this vehicle. Obviously, hopefully, Jamie will see it and he will advise us which equipment he actually puts on his WZ-113-G FT. We'd like to try and get the equipment loadout to all the people who see these videos so they can try and replicate their skill themselves. I know the Baseman from Hell is a big fan of this particular tank. And in fact, actually, he has sent us in a replay, which we will be doing in a short while. So if you like this gameplay, you're going to be seeing some more of it. Now, that Superconk is a long way down on the other side of the map. Oh my God, there's the Heshbon, and he got shot from behind. How embarrassing. Okay, there are a few enemy tanks on the ice road at this moment, and they just killed our 60 TP. So we could go down the other way, but he's actually going through this way so he can deal with the Super Conqueror and the AMX M454 from behind. The M454 is a one-shot. The Super Conqueror is going to take... Well, he could actually be wiped out. Well, if we got a high roll. Hello, Mr. Super Conk. Well, we didn't shoot. We switched ammunition. And hello, there you go. So we do get a low roll, 726. The M454 bites the dust of the STB, and now we're just waiting. The STB goes in, and now the Superconk dies. Okay, so now the scores are even. There's 4 left on either side. They're on the other side of the ice road. So they're on the other side of the map. But I'm sure the enemy's going to realise they have to come back, because we're closer to their cap than they are to ours. And certainly we want to deal with the Arty. Now, as it says FT in the game, that's fake tank. It's actually an adaptation of the 113 tank, which wasn't fake. The 113 did exist. Now, that guy died very quickly, and that's why. It was a mouse. Now, this is where the mice, or mouse, actually I should say, comes up against somebody who's got a heavy-hitting gun. He's trying to tell these guys to fall back so he can get in there. Blocks the shot. Nicely angled. Pushing the mouse back. Good pen. Low roll. But there's the GW and the STB-1. Oh, get shotgun. Most of the Arty players will like watching that. Yes, the STB got too confident. So it's 2 against 4. With an Arty behind us who's already badly damaged. We'll take him out first. Now he'll fire HE at us, obviously. Hello. And he's out the game. So that's 2 versus 3. And we're coming back to the mouse again. And funnily enough, the leopard went behind us. But the mouse has met his match. And that's the end of his game. He bounced another round from the mouse. You can see this armor is very thick and very well angled to allow the shells to bounce off. Now, dealing with the leopard first. Wipes him out with 1 shot. And now we've got the Death Star. And he's dealt with by the can opener. And that is the end of the game. So 2 against 4, no problem. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a first ace tanker to Jamie2006 of S3AL in the WZ-113-G FT. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. In fact, he got 5, 1 short of getting a top gun and 1/3 of the enemy team. Got a sharpshooter for getting 10 or more consecutive shots on the enemy. Duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him. Fire for effect for doing more damage to the hit points of his own vehicle. And he picked up the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game. And this was a tier 10 game. And he also got a tank sniper for doing the most damage at a distance of 300 meters or more. So let's have a look. The win 8 was 9,171, which is super unicum and quite a bit more. Let's have a look at team score. Well, the highest damage in this game was 6,942 hit points of damage. Second highest was the 60 TP, who unfortunately got wiped out. He got 5,433. And the third highest was a VK7201K on the enemy team, who managed 4,639. When it came to kills, yes, he's got that one too. Yes, Jamie picked up 5 kills. 3 kills went to the GWE100, and 2 kills went to the 60 TP, the can opener, the Object 430U, and the EBR-105, who was a little overconfident when he came up against the Heshbarn. And also the VK7201K and the Heshbarn both managed 2 kills apiece as well. When it came to base XP, he's got that one too. So he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,199 went to Jamie. 1,040 went to the can opener, and they were the only 2 who managed to get over 1,000 base, with the 3rd place going to the 60 TP, who managed 967. He fired 12 rounds in the entire game, got 11 direct hits and 11 penetrations, so every shot that did hit the target went through. 6,942 hit points of damage, of which 2,784 were at more than 300 meters. 5 hits received from the enemy, only 1 of which actually penetrated, 3 non-penetrations and 2 hits by way of splash damage. 980 hit points of damage blocked by armor. He spotted 1 enemy vehicle, damaged 6, killed 5, and he earned 49,552 credits on a premium count, 30 bonds for a mission achievement, and 7,195 experience points out of that one, including a mission completion of 3,598. So very good game there by Jamie. First ace tanker, congratulations. You can tell it's his first ace because you only get the scroll underneath the M on the first occasion. After that, it's just a scroll or the laurels that go all the way around. So if you enjoyed that replay, hold on, because we've got another replay for you featuring Jamie in the WZ-113. Let's have a look at it. And this battle is on the south spawn of Cliff, and we can tell you that Jamie has actually been playing this vehicle all day, and this was the replay that he played at about 11 o'clock at night after playing the first one at 8:30 in the morning. Now, I think you can see from the lines, it does kind of look like the platform is the 113. And they just slapped the casement on top. Well, this T62A, I think he wants to go to the right, and we're headed towards the center of the map. Jamie's a kind of play at the front kind of guy who wants to get as much damage as he can. Okay. Well, he spotted someone, and it's a Rambo, and he's also got another one out there. It's a WZ-113 and an Object 705. Oh my god! Well, that poor WZ-113 driver only had a very short game. He's just been hammer-racked. Who's next? Well, it's the IS3, and he took a low roll out of that one, 745. And it looks like the 705 is trying to get us at us from the side. Yeah, that WZ-113 driver is saying, why me? Why did it have to happen? Oh dear, you feel so sad for someone. You said, what a gaming experience. You know, I was only in the game for what, 20 seconds, and then somebody nuked me. Okay, so he's looking for the 705. Well, he's going to go for the Rambo instead. M103 lookalike. Takes a round for 794. That's a high roll. Pulls back into cover. Okay, he's indicating the Rambo as his target. Going for the 705. And we've got an event going on behind us. And the 705 fires his load and misses. Well, that's not a miss. That's a high roll for 755. Went straight through his front plate, and the Rambo dies to our T62A. So I guess he was going for the sniper's nest, or at least somewhere else. Oh, we lost the driver to a frontal shot, but we make sure our shell hit. And the event's going on behind us. Okay, almost loaded. And he punches around through. And this time round, it's 827, which is still a high roll. Okay, we've got a 252U over there in the distance. Difficult shot at this angle. It's very long range. Oh, and he hits the turret for 745. Another low roll, but only by 5 hit points. Now, the 705A just died to our Waffenträger. And we're going for the 252U again. And he's out the game this time. Okay. So there's a prototypo over there. And there's a number of enemy tanks down this end on the donut. Now, thankfully, there's nobody in the sniper's nest, because otherwise they'd be shooting rounds right into our side as we make our way down here. But, yep. There's definitely enemy tanks here. And in fact, there's the Leopard. Oh, there was the Leopard. He's gone. They're dying like flies, aren't they? We're 6 up on the enemy at the moment. Who's next? I think he's going to poke his head out. Oh, it's a Kari. And he's out the game as well for 489. He's 4 kills now. Who's next? He's really taking them down. Hori's next. And he punches around through the side, but we get shot in the side by a Shrek, who had the impertinence to shoot at us from the side. So, hello, Mr. Shrek. Oh, he's out the game as well. Okay, so that's 5 kills. 1 more to get a Top Gun. And there's only 2 enemies left. Oh, we missed the chance of killing the T95. The only other enemy that we can shoot at is a Prototypo 6. And he's right over by the cliff edge. It's quite a long drive to get there. And I think he's fallen in the water. Yes, he definitely drowned. He's fallen in the water. Well, that was a little Goon Show reference right at the end of the game. That was an ace tanker game from Jamie2006 of S3AL in the WZ-113-G FT. He managed to get a demolition expert with his first shot blew the WZ-120 to pieces. He was only supposed to blow the bloody doors off. Yes, I know. I had to put that one in as well. He actually got a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage, a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He actually ended up with 5, which is 1 short of getting a top gun and 1/3 of the enemy team, just like in the previous battle. And he got a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle. And finally, he got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game. And his win rate was even higher than in the last game. 12,238, which is super Unicum standard and a lot more. In fact, as he actually said, he was just 1 shot clear from actually getting a 10k game or an ace and 10k combined. So yes, he was a little disappointed he couldn't get another shot into the T95, but his teammates got there before he could. He would have actually picked up a top gun as well as a 10k game, so that would have been extra nice. If we look at the team score, we can see that he did pick up 9,432 hit points of damage. There was no one else really near him. The T95 on his own team managed 2,410, followed by the Progetto 54, who managed 2,314. The T95 picked up a steel wall, the Progetto 54 got a Confederate. When it came to kills, he's got that too. 5 kills, 1/3 of the enemy team. 2 kills went to the Waffenträger auf Panzer IV, the T62A, and also the XM57. And on the enemy team, only 3 tanks actually managed to score a kill, and only 3 of them, and they only got 1 kill apiece. So not very good for the enemy team. When it came to base XP, he's the highest, and he's the only one over 1,000. He managed 1,313. The next highest, the Progetto 54, got 944, and then the T95 842. So he's got the top in all 3 columns. He fired 13 rounds. He got 13 direct hits and 12 penetrations. So only 1 shell actually didn't do its job and punch all the way through to the casement inside. 9,432 hit points of damage, of which 1,783 were at more than 300 meters. 4 hits received from the enemy, 3 of which penetrated, 1 non-penetration, and 360 hit points of damage blocked by armor. 9 enemy vehicles were damaged, 5 were killed, and 1,503 hit points of spotting assist in the game. On a premium account, he actually made a profit of 71,613 credits for the game, and he also took away 3,939 experience points after it as well. So 2 excellent games, both ace tankers, both in the same day, but a few hours apart. Yes, it was 15 hours apart, but they were absolutely brilliant games, and just goes to show that this is a very deadly tank destroyer. Hope you enjoyed them. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.